The million-dollar breastfeeding question I always get asked is, how long should a breastfeed last? I'm Regina Kincaid, a midwife and lactation consultant. And whilst the UNICEF UK Baby Friendly Initiative gives guidance on how long a typical breastfeed may last, so they say between 5 to 40 minutes is what a normal breastfeed can last, I usually advise parents to watch their baby rather than the clock. To give you an example of why is that you may have a very efficient breastfeeder who shows lots of signs of active milk transfer, lots of active sucking and audible swallows, and may be done within 5 minutes. And then you may have a baby who is just a little bit slower, who takes their time, who spends 40 minutes at the breast with a lot of non-nutritive sucking and has not even transferred the same amount as the first baby. Whilst you will always have some feeds during which baby is more comfort sucking, in general you would want to know the signs of active milk transfer so that you can assess whether your baby is getting enough milk at the breast. So apart from a deep comfortable latch, what is the feeding pattern that you want to observe to know that your baby is transferring milk actively? When your baby first comes to the breast, you can expect them to suckle quite rapidly. This will release your oxytocin for milk flow. So you quite likely after the first couple of minutes will experience a letdown where your milk starts to flow, and sometimes you may see that you have leakage on the opposite side. And during a breastfeed, you typically may experience between 2 and 4 letdowns between the two breasts. Once your milk starts to flow, your baby's rapid suckling is changing, and you can now see your baby drinking actively. So the sucking pattern would be a suck-swallow rhythm, and the ratio of suck and swallow is typically 1:1 or 2:1. So these are active sucks and audible swallows, and the swallows typically sound like k sounds. As the first letdown slows down, you can also see your baby's sucking slowing down, and the ratio of 1:1 or 2:1 sucks to audible swallows may become, so the ratio may become higher. So you may see now more sucks before you hear a swallow. Once you get to about 5 to 6 sucks before you hear a swallow, and you really want your baby to get a little bit more milk, perhaps they're getting sleepy quite quickly at the breast, or they're small and they're slow to gain weight, this is now where you can start adding breast compressions. So you can manually increase the milk flow to them, and you would compress your breast near the chest wall, not near the areola, so that you don't lose the latch. When using breast compressions, you work with your baby, so you compress, hold while they're having a sucking burst, and then let go, let the breast relax, and after a short pause of the baby, you can squeeze again, and then they'll have their next sucking burst. Quite likely this may trigger a second letdown. If despite applying breast compressions your baby's suck-swallow ratio does not improve, it will now be time to switch over to the other side, where they can go through the same sucking cycle and sucking pattern again as this breast is still fuller. If you have observed this feeding pattern